Welcome to Autzen Stadium in Eugene. What a game and what potential drama we have in store. You've seen this script before. Top 10 team goes into a cauldron of emotion on the road and just hopes to be able to get out and tell about it. It's the Texas A&M Aggies and the Oregon Ducks. Reese Davis, David Pollock, Jesse Palmer with you. Holly Rowe is down on the sideline. Hello, Holly.
I caught up with the Ducks head coach before the game. This running back has been unstoppable this season. He is ranked top 5 in the country in rushing yards, and people are starting to mention his name in the Heisman talk. He is really devastating at the line of scrimmage, showing patience running behind blocks, and coach said he belongs in this conversation as long as he keeps his head down and continues to do his job. Back to you.
Appreciate that, Holly. I guess they're not interested in kicking it away. They're lining up for an onside kick. They were ready for the onside kick and executed perfectly, and they secure the football.
And these coaches talked about being aggressive, and they were. First quarter, you're going with the onside already. I would say it's a little bit careless, a little bit reckless. Onside kicks are not high percentage, but they went for it, they failed, and now let's see how they respond.
The run inside. It's Davison. When you reach this point in the season, these types of games, top 25 matchups, really determine whether you're going to be a contender.
Yeah, and really show what you're going to be the rest of the season. How are you going to finish strong throughout the season? You know, the first part of the season, now getting to the middle of the season, Palmer, getting a chance to show what you're about so you can finish strong.
It's a resume builder, no doubt about it. And really, there's been so much anticipation building up to this top 25 matchup. So which team can control their emotions, I think, goes a long way in who wins this one.
Yeah, just not able to connect that time with his target on the in-breaking route. Got to have a little bit better rhythm. You know these windows are going to be small over the middle of the field. And that's why you try to put some extra mustard on it. But I think that time, that's what forced the incomplete.
Moore from the gun, trying to convert third down. Intercepted, and the first drive ends with a pick. A tough start to the opening drive as the defense comes up with a big play. This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. Straight ahead, it's Owens. Breaks into the open. And he's to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a first down.
And that's not a surprise. We all knew and talked about coming in. Who are they going to feature? They give it to him the first play, and he chews up and gets a first down. We're going to see more of that. I'm excited to watch this matchup, but the defense, Jesse, they better get physical. They better get better in a heartbeat.
Well, and they've got to fight some emotion right now, too, because the fans are excited. The offensive line is absolutely juiced after that opening play. They're now getting lathered up. They're now getting excited. They're pointing to the sideline. Run it again. Run the same play again.
Hits the hole. It's Owens. And the defense stops him just short of the first down. Maybe needed a few more chain links to move the sticks.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. How important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Turns into the pile. They get him on the ground. The defense knew exactly where they had to stop him, and it's fourth down.
A lot of times you see these defenses, man, they pull the run blitzes. They understand the formations. It might be a run, play the percentages, and then you got to deal with the big defensive tackle inside. So more bodies near the line of scrimmage. Everybody's got to pick him up, but they didn't block the most important guy, the big fella right in the middle.
Incomplete, and that'll be a turnover on downs.
And they decide to go for it. Decide to be aggressive, try to throw the football down the field. Receiver, quarterback, not on the same page. No dice, turnover on downs.
He'll be brought down quickly after a very short game.
You definitely want to commit to the run game. You want to establish the run game. You want the defense to honor it. But if it doesn't work a little later down the road, you might think about airing that puppy out.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Dante Moore. Out wide left, it's Stewart.
Yeah, and he runs a quick out route, and this is a timing route. Quarterback has to trust him, throw him the football. You can tell they've thrown this a time or two. Nice job, nice success.
Trying to squeak through the pile. There he goes.
How about the defense trying to slow this dude down? He's a Heisman contender for a reason. He's so difficult to tackle, and what a challenge. All week long, they knew that they had to key on this guy and really try to at least limit him if they were going to win.
Moore will throw. Right side, it's Davison. He's down right there, short gain on the grab. You know, sometimes even a short game like that can be used to set up something bigger later on.
No doubt, Reese, they can pump that and take a shot down the field. And don't worry, they're going to go back to that same play because they know this guy with the ball in his hands is dangerous. He makes one guy miss, he can take it to the house.
He had to fight for a couple down to the 33. They're looking at a 3rd down and short from the 33. Sends it back in motion. From the gun on 3rd down, Dante Moore. Oh, he just handled it poorly, and it's a fumble. Oh, the fumble, and the defense got it. They finally make the stop, and not only the huge turnover, but the big return has them set up in business.
Yeah, and you see wide receivers make those catches and try to get upfield and now turn into a running back, make something happen. And a lot of times you just forget to secure that football real tight. And you could tell DB got it out. Big mistake, big turnover, nice forced turnover by the defense.
You got to love the physicality up front by the defense there, allowing only a minimal gain. These are big bodies on the D-line. They eat up blocks, allow the linebackers to run free and make stops.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Play fake, Marcel Reed. He wants to go deep. And it's incomplete after taking a shot on 2nd down. They're staring at 3rd.
As a quarterback, this is going to be a very tough game. You're going up against one of the top 20 units in the entire country. They know who your primary target is. They're going to be keying on him just like they did that last time, forcing the incompletion.
How can a stadium this size make so much noise? You can't hear yourself think on 3rd down here in Autzen. He slides and gets the first down. What a weapon to have a guy who can move the chains for you by any means necessary. Defense has dominated the early part of this game, and the stats point that out emphatically. Scoreless as we head into the 2nd quarter. So after the break, they'll go back to work. Gets the back moving. Looking for a crease. It's Owens. They get him down. Tough run. Picks up 4. They'll mark it at the 19.
And I like the thought process on offense here early in this game. They're giving their bell cow the ball early and often. There are a lot of coaches that outthink themselves, and they think, you know, we're going to throw the ball to set up the run instead because everybody on defense knows our guy is the focal point. But this offense is just keeping it simple. Let's just give our best player the football early in this game, and let's just get him into a rhythm.
Got some room headed to the goal line, and he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Texas A&M. They get set for the point after as we have the first score of the game. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they finished it off with an exclamation point, running it in from the 19. That one bounds through the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Here comes the Duck offense to get the drive started. They're trying to put something, anything together to get that goose egg off the scoreboard, down 7-0. All over him immediately.
And this offense on first down, man, they go backwards. And they've built a deficit, and they've been sluggish. And they just need something to get going, to get started, because they've kind of looked out of sorts and out of rhythm this whole game.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Moore with the play fake. Left side, it's Johnson. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line.
And you've really seen the evolutions of tight ends, man. These guys are no longer just big bodies that block like the extension of the offensive line. They're more like receivers, and I love when the quarterback gets it out of his hands, and then you just watch. They can make plays, they can run people over, they can now run around people. Like, so nice to have these tight ends.
Tackled almost immediately. Not a whole lot on that one.
That's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Off the bootleg to buy a little space. Got his man. Makes the catch, but goes no further, and it'll be a short pickup on that one. The Ducks come to the line in the hurry-up. Quick give. It's Davison. They convert on third down as he gets it to the 36-yard line.
It's great awareness by the running back, understanding where the first down marker is and doing whatever it takes to get it.
This first half of offense won't go on the highlight reel so far. Starting to get things moving, it's 1st and 10. Here's Moore to throw. Fires to the wideout. What a job to lay out and make the catch.
Man, I love the catch radius on this guy. If you just put it somewhere near his body, he's going to be able to reel it in. That was a phenomenal job, showing you his athleticism and also his concentration, making that outstanding grab.
A lot of times defenses blitz to stop the run. This very play right here, blitz the linebacker, but man, the offense did a great job. Everybody understood what they saw. Running back understood. Pick up a nice positive gain.
Snags it and he's open. He steps out of bounds, but he's got a first down on the play.
And man, you love to see that from this offense. Coming out and answering, right? Like putting a drive together. Their defense just gave up a touchdown, but you want to snatch the momentum back. Nice job putting a little bit of a drive together. Now let's go cap this thing off with a touchdown.
The Ducks come to the line with a new set of downs. Now on the counter. Give him a pickup of 2, now 2nd and 8.
And man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Throwing more. Flip it out to the back on the screen. And that one looked great on the grease board, but when they blow it up like that, the defense is going to win every time. They'll snap it for the 10th time on this drive, but they need a chunk on 3rd and long. Moore from the gun on 3rd down. Fires quickly. And that'll not only be a first down, it'll be 1st and goal from the 7. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line. Driving forward, it's Davison. Tough to run it this deep in the red zone, and he found nothing at all that time. Timeout taken here by the Aggies. That'll be their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. Making the adjustment on the play. Moore to the air. Trying to barrel in. Crisp execution in the passing game, and they've got it down to the 3. They're at their fastest his tempo trying to get off this. And he surges across the line. Touchdown, Ducks! Setting up for the extra point and the top. And he tacks on the extra point. That is what they mean when they say ball control. A 14-play touchdown drive. And close the deal with a 3-yard touchdown run. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. On the run, it's Owens. Shows him the stiff arm.
Defense, man, you got to go low, and you got to chop that tree down, right? Go with the legs, take the legs out from underneath them so he can't continue to churn those puppies out and get extra yards after contact like he did there.
Open the drive with a chunk play out past the 40, and they are in business on first down. Throwing Reed. Rush right in his face. Fires on the move. Right side, it's Owens. Rolls inside the 30 and out of bounds at the 29, and now they're threatening.
Love the poise on that play. You saw when he escaped the pocket, he was on the move. He didn't take his eyes from looking downfield. He kept reading the coverage, located a receiver, and picked up a huge chunk play.
And the Aggies peeled off a huge chunk of yardage through the air and now back to the line. Moving the pocket, it's Reed. Lets it fly. Intercepted for the 11th time this season. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back. Inside 30 seconds to play in the half. We'll see how aggressive they are on this drive. The give to the left side. Short gain on that run as the clock winds down here late in the half. And as we work our way toward halftime, timeout on the field. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Moore. Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. Touchdown Aggies. What a play. Not only the interception, but the great return for the score.
And they come up with a huge pick six, and that is one of the reasons this defense has been so dominant all season long. They don't give up big plays, but they take the football away. And once they do, they've got better athletes than you do. They're hard to bring down. They can flip the game on a dime.
Oh, look at Mr. Hands taking the squibber inside the 30. He stopped right at the 35, almost found a little room for a big return, and they get him on the ground right there. Just enough time to get off one final play of the half. Snap on first down, wants to throw. Out wide right, it's Johnson. They'll knock him down, and that'll take us to halftime. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
One of the biggest days of the college football season, and we've got you covered here from the EA Sports Studios in Orlando. Let's take a look at the Nebraska Cornhuskers taking on the number 9 team, the LSU Tigers. And it's the Huskers with a statement victory here and a surprising result. Going into this game, they did not look like the better team. They now move to 9-0 on the season, one of the best starts in the history of the program. Here now some other games you may have interest in, and social media has some sharp opinions about the state of things right now.
The Aggies offense will have another go at it. They opened this third quarter on top, and they built the lead on the strength of that running game.
And they made a huge statement, too, just proving to the other team that they're more physical, they're winning in the trenches. So here in the second half, David, just keep demoralizing this defense by pounding the football.
Yeah, and I'm not going to let that happen. I riled up my guys at halftime. We're going to put more people in the box, and we got to come out and meet the physical challenge of this offense.
They might go back to that one in a big spot as they pick up the first down out of the Wildcat.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
Unloads to the wideout. Great job to separate the ball from the receiver there.
And both of these defenses, man, they've been so good. They've been physical. They've been great tackling, limiting explosive plays. But it's these type of plays right here, when it's kind of a 50-50, 60-40, where the offense has to make the play, the defense has been consistently winning in this football game.
Long way to go on second down. Running inside. It's Owens. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down.
This is going to be a big key for him, David, with the lead here in the second half, running the football, right? Staying on the field and bleeding the clock.
Yeah, run the football. You're ahead. You can be a little bit more conservative. But again, this opens up the pass. This keeps everything in balance for this offense.
Reed escapes the pressure to his right. He's going to run it. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the big hit.
And this is the hard part about being on defense and choosing whether to be conservative or bring the blitz. They bring the blitz, he sees it, and that's what he does really well. Sees it and immediately makes a decision, gets to some green grass, and gets a positive gain for this offense.
They get him on the ground, but it'll be enough to pick up the first down.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back.
He's picked off, and he's thrown a dozen of them. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football.
And I guess he didn't watch the tape from a week ago, because when you threw at this guy last week, he made big plays. He had 2 picks a week ago. They try him early in this football game, and it's the exact same result. You better be wary when you go after that young man.
More play action. Finds the tight end. Able to haul it in, and right to the ground he goes, only a pickup of a couple.
Nice catch by the big target. Those big tight ends, you can tell in football, are just becoming more and more of a weapon on every single team.
Changing the routes with his receivers. Dante Moore. Rushes on. Right side, it's Stewart. Able to work it to the 39-yard line, and that'll be a first down. New set of downs after the completion. From the gun, it's Davison. Turning it on! And he'll find enough running room to get it just short of midfield at the 49. And the Ducks head it quickly to the line. They give it to him again. Maybe a crease. He'll be dragged to the ground, but it'll be a first down. The Ducks have their offense in high gear. They go to the counter. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play.
Now, you want to be a great run defense, your DBs have to be great tacklers. And I love the way he comes up, sees the run. I know he makes the money in the back end covering passes, but when you got a guy that can fly up and make tackles, man, does your defense go to a different level.
Here comes the heat. Out wide left, it's Moore. Brought down at the 20-yard line after ripping off the big play. The Ducks come to the line with a fresh set of downs thanks to that last connection in the passing game. Trying to run, it's Davison. Hit and dropped, and he got nothing on first down. A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on second down. The Ducks signal for their first timeout. And that will leave them with just 2 timeouts to use the rest of the way. They'll need a bunch on 2nd down. Here's more to throw. Out wide right, it's Davison. Caught, and he's got room. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall. And the Ducks trying to pay off the threat on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Lowers that shoulder, delivers the blow. There to make the tackle, and with that, we'll head to the 4th quarter. This game is all but officially a wrap as we take a look at the top 25. Late in the season, time running short if teams want to make their move in the rankings. One final quarter to play and a W in the win column at stake as we open the 4th. They'll try to open the quarter by cashing in on this big opportunity deep in the red zone. Got it back on 2nd and goal. Knocked down immediately.
And that's exactly what you want to do as a defense, man. You want to get penetration and not let that tank get downhill. Because when he gets downhill at that weight and that size, it could be a problem for your defense. Get him before he gets started.
If they can get it in here, we could have a thrilling end to this game. It is 3rd and goal. Making the adjustment. In the gun on 3rd down. Moore. Touchdown, Oregon! Put 6 on the board.
I think the days of running backs just running downhill are out the window. You better be able to do this. You see the playmakers slip him out of the backfield, throw him the football. He'll handle the rest, get in the end zone for the touchdown.
And a little pressure, no problem. The extra point ties the game here in the 4th. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the Aggies offense out to start this drive. Tie game, 4th quarter, plenty of time to work with, exactly where you want to be in this one. Crosses the 30 to the 31, a 6-yard gain.
And I know that wasn't a big game, but this offense needed that, man. That back-to-back picks on back-to-back possessions, they got to get something going, get some good mojo, get everybody believing again, and settle their quarterback down.
6-yard pickup on 1st down, leaves him with 2nd and 4. Right side, it's Williams. He's close to the 1st down, but they're going to mark him just a little short. Texas A&M going quickly. Powers inside. They thought they could just run it on 3rd and short, but this defense was there to make the stop.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys, and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
A tie game here late, and they do not want to give up this football. They'll go for it on 4th down. Reed to throw for it on 4th. Going to try to get it himself. They'll knock him down, but he moves the sticks, and the 4th down decision pays off big time.
This quarterback, man, looks like he's playing angry right now. He did not like that interception he threw the last time out on the field. You could see on the sidelines, guys. He could not wait to get back out there, and that time it was like he was running mad. I don't even know if he really wanted to throw that ball. He just wanted to take off, scramble, go get the 1st down.
They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anyway.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Reed. Under pressure. He's got it. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down. The Aggies come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Owens. Noses ahead to the 30-yard line, a pickup of 1.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
Whistle blows, clock stops, and there are 2 minutes left to play in this one. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. They'll run him again. Sees a crease. Oh, he's got some space. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down. And the Aggies pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. Defense didn't maintain its discipline there, and they get into the neutral zone. It'll cost them 5 yards. They'll take the penalty and move them back. Defense backed up, and this crowd trying to will them to get a big stop late. Hits inside. It's Owens. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here. Now Oregon will call its second timeout. They'll get together to decide how to play this second down. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Keeps it moving. It's Owens. Touchdown, Texas A&M. And with that, they move out front here in the 4th.
Man, how about this offense in crunch time, doing what they do, getting 6 on the board. Now I turn to my defense right now and said, boys, we need one more stop. Go out there, get me one more.
And the extra point was good to finish things off. Just unloaded on the kickoff. Don't have to worry about a return on a kick like that. They'll bring it out to the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Throwing more. He just throws it away, and I think the flag's going to be coming, and there it is. And after that play got sideways, the intentional grounding brings up 2nd and long. He's going to change things up against this defensive look. Moore will throw. Fires to the wideout. Finds a man in the middle. On the stop. Now they've got to hustle to the line and get set. Moore from the gun, trying to convert 3rd down. Left side is Hill. And they'll spot it at the 38, and that'll be plenty for the first down. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line. They'll go play action with Moore. And he can't get it off. Taken down. What a huge play this late in the game. Final timeout taken here by the Ducks. And now they are powerless to stop the clock with a timeout. Got to get everybody lined up quickly. Time winding away, and they've got to push the ball down the field. Moore. Look out. It's caught. Great job in this 2-minute drill as he gets out of bounds, keeping the clock on their side as they're trying to pull it out. And perfect situational awareness there. Get the first down. Don't get greedy. Stop the clock.
Yeah, and that's why this team practices these types of 2-minute situations all week long leading up to games so that everybody's on the same page. That receiver did an awesome job getting out of bounds to try to preserve as much clock as possible.
Wants to throw one first. Rolls right. He'll try to do it himself. Making a little bit of progress there. He gets it to the 40 before getting out of bounds.
And that's a pretty good job by this defense. Man, it's so hard to limit these quarterbacks, and they're spreading you out all over the field. When they take off, it's hard to limit the damage. Nice job limiting the damage. And I tell you what, make it physical. Finish those plays and try to tackle that guy and make him think about running the football in the future.
Out wide left, it's Johnson. And a nice grab with a defender right on him, and he's down at the 20. Dante Moore. Out wide right, it's Johnson. Makes the grab, down immediately. He picks up a few.